Imagine for a moment that every single digital tool we rely on, the app that orders your coffee, the software running complex financial markets, the very operating system on your device. Imagine if it had to be painstakingly built from absolute scratch every single time a new organization needed it.
Yeah, just think about that.
Think about the sheer mind-boggling scale of development, the astronomical costs, the incredible delays. I mean, innovation would effectively grind to a halt, wouldn't it?
Completely.
But what if the answer to digital progress isn't to always build it yourself? What if there's a more strategic, maybe a more effective path to our digital future?
The digital world doesn't run on magic. It runs on carefully designed systems. And learning the art and science of designing and acquiring those systems starts right here with understanding their very origins.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a crucial journey into the fundamental origins of software. Specifically, we're tackling the pivotal make-or-buy decision that every organization, from a small startup to a global enterprise, absolutely must confront.
It's unavoidable, really.
Right. And this deep dive is custom tailored for you, our future systems analysis and design experts in BCIS 3389 at the Dr. Sampak College of Business. We're going to unpack the entire spectrum of choices available for acquiring software.
Yeah, everything from highly customized, bespoke solutions that fit like a glove
to readily available off-the-shelf products that get you up and running instantly. We'll explore the incredible transformative rise of cloud and serverless computing.
Big topics there.
Huge. And ultimately, equip you with a strategic framework for evaluating these critical decisions, a framework that you'll carry with you throughout your careers. This isn't just about understanding lines of code, is it?
Not at all. It's about grasping the foundational choices that shape entire businesses, define their digital future, and ultimately determine their success.
Precisely.
And as students in the Dr. Sampak College of Business, understanding these concepts isn't just academic, it's absolutely crucial for your career growth across MIS, CIS, IT, and frankly, broader business roles too.
Makes sense.
Your BCIS 3389 course is all about the systematic analysis, design, and implementation of software systems, with a special emphasis on those critical first 4 stages of the system development lifecycle, that essential roadmap for building any software system.
Right, that SDLC.
Exactly. So today's discussion will directly challenge you to apply the very economic and organizational models you're studying, what we refer to as your knowledge outcomes, KO1 and KO2, to real-world IT dilemmas.
Okay.
You'll also develop essential systems concepts, your PO3, that will inform your project-oriented cases, helping you make decisions that position you not just as technically proficient, but as strategically astute leaders ready to tackle complex business challenges.
So real-world application. If you find this deep dive helpful, and we're pretty confident you will, please remember to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and definitely share it with your classmates and colleagues.
Yeah, spread the word.
You truly won't want to miss our insider tips that could genuinely help position you for a bright future in your chosen career. And as always, make sure to check the description for access to additional resources that complement today's discussion and will further enhance your learning.
Lots of good stuff in there.
Okay, let's unpack this core question then. What exactly does it mean to make or buy software?
Well, at the heart, it's about choosing between manufacturing a product or capability in-house, that's the making part, which, typically means custom development.
Right, building it yourself.
Or purchasing it from an external supplier, which is the buying or outsourcing aspect. But it's crucial to understand that this isn't a simple black and white binary choice.
No.
No, it's really a complex, nuanced spectrum of possibilities. You've got various shades of hybrid solutions, partnerships, collaborations kind of woven in between.
Okay, a spectrum, I like that.
Think of it like this. If you wanted to learn how to climb a truly challenging, unmapped mountain peak, you could spend years building your knowledge and skills from the ground up. Training rigorously, acquiring all the specialized gear, scouting the terrain yourself. A massive undertaking.
Right, sounds exhausting.
Or you could buy that knowledge much faster and, frankly, more efficiently by hiring an experienced mountain guide. Someone who already possesses the expertise, the equipment, and a proven track record of successful ascents.
Leverage their expertise.
Exactly. Similarly, in software, the make-or-buy decision depends on whether your need is a well-trodden path, something immediate that can be met by existing solutions, or if it represents a larger, truly unique, long-term strategic capability that will fundamentally differentiate your business.
So, commodity versus differentiator.
Precisely. And the truly profound insight here is that companies are realizing they don't need to be masters of everything. The modern strategic imperative is to identify what truly differentiates you, what makes your business unique,
Your secret sauce.
your secret sauce, and then to ruthlessly outsource or acquire everything else, turning your internal talent into pure innovation engines. Focus only on those unique differentiators.
That analogy really clarifies the decision. So when we talk about making software, we're essentially referring to custom software development.
Right.
This is about building a unique solution designed specifically for a particular industry, an individual organization, or even a specific internal process. It's tailored, right?
Yeah.
To meet your precise needs, customized to perfectly reflect unique business processes.
Exactly. Let's say, a company like our hypothetical Horizon Innovations, they develop these cutting-edge proprietary algorithms for quantum computing.
Okay, high tech.
Very high tech. They wouldn't dream of buying an off-the-shelf solution for that core intellectual property. That's their differentiator.
No way.
And one major advantage of this make approach is that it allows businesses like Horizon to have complete granular control over their processes and operations.
Total control.
Total control. With custom software, they can create systems that fit their business model perfectly, ensuring maximum efficiency and productivity. It offers incredible flexibility because, unlike off-the-shelf solutions that might lack the customization options needed for future growth,
Right, they might hit a wall.
custom software can be modified precisely as those needs evolve. It keeps it relevant and prevents those expensive, disruptive organizational transitions later on.
That makes sense.
And that control over security is priceless for certain types of data. Custom software also provides greater security, especially for businesses dealing with highly sensitive intellectual property or customer data.
Like Horizon's quantum algorithm.
Exactly. Security protocols, permissions, data access measures that can be integrated from the very start, specifically tailored to the solution's data sensitivity. This significantly reduces the likelihood of a data breach.
Okay.
Plus, you typically get high-quality support from experienced developers who know your system inside and out, rather than relying on general vendor support queues.
Right, someone who actually understands the nuances.
Yeah. Precisely. And over the long term, these custom-built applications often offer enhanced scalability, higher-level security, and superior support features. All that can translate into significant cost savings compared to continually adapting or transitioning from off-the-shelf software that never quite fits.
So, done right.
Done right, custom software can solve really difficult niche problems and give businesses a significant, sustained competitive edge.
But doesn't that complete control come with a massive burden? I mean,
Yeah.
what are the common pitfalls companies fall into trying to make everything, even when they maybe shouldn't?
Oh, absolutely. It can be incredibly costly, consume valuable resources in terms of time and personnel, and ultimately, if not managed perfectly, it can fail to meet its objectives entirely. It's a high-risk, high-reward path.
Okay, high risk. So in contrast then, off-the-shelf,
Yeah.
software refers to prepackaged applications that are publicly available and ready for immediate use.
Right, the buy end of the spectrum, typically.
These apps often boast a wide range of features designed to meet the needs of different industries and various general uses. Think about the everyday apps you use: word processors, spreadsheet software, project management tools, basic accounting packages.
Stuff everyone needs.
Exactly. They're convenient, publicly available, and often come with pretty comprehensive feature sets. The big draws here are obviously the lower upfront costs and the immediate availability.
Speed is a big one.
Yeah, you can acquire and implement these solutions much faster than building something custom, allowing you to get up and running quickly for common business functions.
However, while off-the-shelf solutions offer a wide range of features, those features can sometimes be, let's say, wide but shallow.
Wide yet shallow.
Yeah, they're designed to appeal to a broader customer base. So this means they might cover many bases, but lack the deep customization or specific functionalities required for truly unique business needs.
Ah, the trade-off.
Exactly. This limitation can sometimes stunt business growth or, as you mentioned, force an expensive and disruptive transition to a different solution down the line if your needs evolve beyond what the package offers.
So it's inconvenience now versus potential pain later.
It's a trade-off. Immediate convenience and cost versus precise fit and long-term adaptability. But is immediate availability truly a long-term advantage, or is it sometimes just kicking the can down the road when those wide but shallow features inevitably hit their limits, maybe preventing our Horizon innovations from adapting quickly to a new market trend?
Good question. So what does this all mean for you as business students, especially in a systems analysis and design course like BCIS 3D389? This isn't just a theoretical debate for academics, is it?
Absolutely not. These make or buy decisions have profound strategic implications. They directly influence a company's competitive advantage, its level of control over key functions, its operational efficiency, and even its long-term evolution and market position. As future business leaders, you'll likely be at the forefront of these choices.
Wow.
Yeah. For your BCIS 3389 course, this directly connects to understanding traditional and current methodologies and those crucial first four stages of the system development lifecycle: planning, analysis, design, and implementation. That roadmap for delivering any software system.
The SDLC again.
Right. As you learn to analyze, design, and implement systems, you'll constantly encounter scenarios where this strategic choice, build custom or acquire ready-made, is paramount. It's about more than just programming. It's about architecting robust, efficient business solutions that align with an organization's strategic goals.
So it's strategy.
It's pure strategy. And it's applying the economic and organizational models you're studying, your KOs 1 and 2, in fact. You'll apply these basic systems concepts, your KO3, to evaluate which approach truly serves the business best, ensuring you're building systems that are not just functional, but strategically sound.
Now that we've grasped the core make-or-buy dilemma, let's unpack the 6 main origins of software. These are your primary options when an organization, like our Horizon Innovations, needs to acquire or develop new systems.
Right? Where does software actually come from?
Exactly. Knowing these distinct pathways is fundamental to making those informed strategic decisions we just talked about.
Okay.
First up, we have information technology services firms. These are your go-to partners when your company lacks the internal expertise, maybe the personnel, or even just the time to develop, host, or run complex information systems.
So bringing in the cavalry.
Pretty much. They essentially bring in external experts to fit your specific needs, acting as an extension of your existing team, or sometimes taking on an entire project, from conception all the way to deployment.
The major advantage here is gaining immediate access to highly specialized knowledge and a trained talent pool that you might not be able to cultivate in-house, or at least not quickly or cost-effectively.
Right.
Imagine Horizon Innovations suddenly needing to integrate a very niche AI-powered supply chain optimization module, or maybe comply with a brand new, complex data privacy regulation in a foreign market.
Yeah, that sounds tough to build quickly.
Exactly. Building that expertise internally could take months, even years, and require significant hiring. An IT services firm can provide that deep, often temporary expertise right when you need it. It allows your core business to maintain its focus on its differentiators.
So it's about filling a critical skill gap.
With external excellence. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so we've talked about external firms providing specialized help. What about when a company needs a more standardized, off-the-shelf solution, something widely available?
That's where packaged software producers really shine. They offer what we call off-the-shelf solutions.
Got it.
These companies create pre-packaged software applications designed for a wide range of users or for specific yet broad niche markets. Think of everyday tools like QuickBooks for small business accounting or Microsoft Office Suite for productivity.
Things most businesses use.
Right. They meet a broad set of common requirements, making them ideal for standardized tasks that many businesses share. The big draws are definitely the lower upfront costs and that immediate availability.
Get running fast.
You can acquire and implement these solutions much faster than building something custom, allowing you to get up and running quickly. But, as you mentioned earlier, that wide but shallow aspect can be a real trap, can't it?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
While they offer a wide range of features, they might lack the deep customization or specific functionalities required for truly unique business needs. This limitation can sometimes stunt business growth or even necessitate an expensive and disruptive transition to a different solution later on if your specific processes don't align perfectly with the software's inherent design.
So a potential mismatch down the line.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on, we come to enterprise-wide solutions, often known by their acronym ERP systems. Enterprise Resource Planning.
ERP, a big one.
These are a powerful category of software designed to integrate individual traditional business functions like accounting, human resources, manufacturing, supply chain management into a series of interconnected modules.
It's essentially building a central nervous system for your entire organization.
A central nervous system, I like that. focusing on streamlining entire business processes across departments rather than treating isolated functional areas as separate silos.
Right. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how ERP systems consolidate all that disparate data into a single, centralized repository.
One source of truth.
One source of truth. That's a game changer because it ensures more accurate and consistent data across the entire business, drastically reducing duplication and maintenance efforts. They offer flexible modules that can be added or removed as needed, and there's a certain ease of integrating new ones into the existing framework.
Sounds efficient.
It is. And this directly applies to applying basic organizational models, your KO2, by streamlining operations, fostering a unified approach to data management, and providing that single source of truth for critical business decisions.
But there's always a but, isn't there? This level of integration comes at a cost or maybe a significant investment in time, money, and organizational change.
You hit the nail on the head. ERP implementations are notoriously complex, lengthy, and expensive.
Yeah, I've heard the horror stories.
They often require significant outside expertise, not just for the technical setup, but for fundamental business process reengineering. Sometimes, these systems might even force an organization to adjust its existing established business processes to fit the software's inherent model rather than the other way around.
Wow, the software dictates the process.
It can happen. It's often more of an institutional change project impacting culture, workflows, nearly every department than just an IT project. Horizon Innovations, for example, might have highly specialized inventory management processes, but an off-the-shelf ERP system might demand a more standardized approach.
So they'd have to choose.
Right. Choose between adapting their unique process, potentially losing efficiency, or suffering suboptimal system utilization because it doesn't quite fit.
Tough choice.
A real-world example might be a large beverage manufacturer needing a new payroll system. Payroll is a highly standardized requirement across many organizations.
Very standard, yeah.
So it's a perfect candidate for an outsourced ERP solution or module. They might choose an ERP vendor who can implement a robust payroll module, customize it to their local tax laws, and even provide training for their staff.
So they leverage best practices without building it themselves.
Exactly. It ensures compliance and efficiency in a critical but non-differentiating business function. They focus their energy elsewhere.
Okay. Now let's talk about cloud computing services, a term you hear absolutely everywhere. What exactly is it beyond just being on the internet or using a remote server, and why is it so revolutionary for our make-or-buy decisions?
Right, the cloud. It's more than just a buzzword. Cloud computing is essentially the on-demand delivery of computing services and resources over the internet, typically on a pay-for-use basis.
Pay as you go.
Mostly, yes. These services include a wide array of offerings: applications, physical and virtual servers, vast data storage, networking capabilities, even sophisticated development tools. The core idea is that customers, businesses like Horizon Innovations, don't have to invest in, deploy, or maintain the physical IT infrastructure themselves.
Someone else handles the hardware.
Exactly. Those resources are hosted on remote data servers managed by massive cloud outsourcing providers. Think Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. It's a complete shift from owning your infrastructure to renting it.
And this isn't a niche trend. It's absolutely mainstream and rapidly expanding. I read somewhere that a staggering 97% of enterprises now use cloud services in some form.
That sounds about right. It's ubiquitous.
And nearly half, 48%, store their most important mission-critical data on the cloud. The sheer scale is massive.
Right.
The IT outsourcing market, a significant part of which is cloud-related, is projected to reach, $760 billion globally by 2027.
Huge numbers. It's a fundamental pillar of modern business operations. And to understand how this works, we often talk about the cloud computing stack. It usually includes 3 common service models, each building upon the last and offering different levels of control and management.
Right, the stack. Lay it on me.
First, there's SaaS, or software as a service. Think of popular applications like Microsoft 365, Salesforce, or maybe Zoom.
Things I use every day.
Exactly. With SaaS, you're essentially renting the entire car, you just drive it. The provider handles all the underlying infrastructure, operating systems, application maintenance. You simply connect to and use cloud-based applications over the internet.
So minimal control, minimal hassle.
Pretty much. You have
Yeah.
very little control over the back end, but also no operational burden. Then we have IaaS, or infrastructure as a service.
Okay. Wow.
This delivers fundamental computing services like raw computing power, networking, data storage on demand. Instead of buying physical servers or building data centers, you rent access to virtualized resources on a pay-as-you-go basis. Think Linode or Rackspace.
So you get the basic building blocks.
Right. You get the engine and chassis, giving you control over the operating system and applications you deploy, but you're still managing the software stack above it. More control than SaaS, but more responsibility too.
Got it.
And finally, there's PaaS, or Platform as a Service.
Ah,
This gives you a complete cloud platform, hardware, software, infrastructure, specifically designed to develop, run, and manage applications. The beauty of PaaS is you don't need to invest in expensive on-site premises or manage the underlying infrastructure. You focus solely on your application development.
like a ready-made workshop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like renting a fully equipped garage. All the tools are there, so you can build your custom vehicle without worrying about the building's maintenance. Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud Infrastructure are prime examples. It really frees developers to innovate.
So as future systems analysts, we need to weigh the control versus the burden for each model.
Absolutely. Each choice deeply impacts your team's responsibilities, the skills you need, and your development agility.
Okay. The advantages of moving to the cloud seem significant and definitely impact the make or buy equation. For one, it frees up your internal IT staff from those demanding, often repetitive tasks of maintaining physical infrastructure,
Server patching, network configuration.
allowing them to focus on more strategic, value-added initiatives that actually differentiate the business.
Yeah.
It also allows for much faster access to applications than traditional internal development cycles could often provide.
Time to market is huge.
Yeah. And you can achieve lower cost access to corporate quality applications that might be prohibitively expensive to build or host yourself. Crucially, the elasticity and scalability of cloud resources mean you only pay for what you use, dynamically growing and shrinking with demand.
That's a massive economic benefit. Tying back to KO1, it lets businesses optimize their IT spend like never before.
Plus, the automated data backup features, virtually unlimited storage capacity, and built-in compliance benefits for regulations like GDPR or high pay can't be overstated.
Huge advantages, but
Here comes the but again.
while the benefits are compelling, this raises an important question. What about the downsides? Security remains a primary concern because, by definition, a third party controls your applications and data.
Handing over the keys.
In a way, yes. While providers offer robust security of the cloud infrastructure itself, you still face potential loss of direct control over your environment. And it's critical to remember you are still responsible for security in the cloud.
What does that mean exactly, security in the cloud?
It means things like configuring user access properly, setting strong passwords, using multi-factor authentication, managing firewall rules for your virtual machines. The provider secures the building, but you still need to lock your own doors and windows. Misconfigured settings by the customer can quickly negate a provider's strong security measures.
Okay, so it's a shared responsibility.
Definitely. And let's be honest, a poor internet connection can severely impact service quality for your users, potentially grinding operations to a halt.
Right, if the internet's down, your cloud app is down.
Pretty much. Also, the ease of adopting cloud solutions can sometimes lead to what's called vendor lock-in, making it difficult or costly to switch providers later on. You build everything on one platform's specific services.
And getting out is hard.
It can be something to consider strategically.
Okay. What's truly fascinating here and feels like a critical turning point in software origins is the rise of serverless computing. The name is a bit misleading, right? It doesn't mean no servers.
Yeah, correct. It absolutely doesn't mean there are no servers involved. Someone still owns and manages servers somewhere. What it does mean is that you, the developer, don't have to manage those servers.
Okay, abstraction.
A high level of abstraction. Applications are bundled as individual, small functions, uploaded to a platform like AWS Lambda or Azure Functions, and then executed, scaled, and billed only in response to exact demand precisely when they are triggered.
So you only pay for the milliseconds they actually run.
Exactly. It's a finer-grained deployment model, a true pay-as-you-go for the actual execution time. But the real magic of serverless isn't just saving money on idle servers, though that's nice. It's the psychological liberation for developers.
Liberation. How so?
They're no longer server babysitters, constantly patching, provisioning, and scaling infrastructure. They become business value creators, freed to innovate on core problems and focus on building unique business capabilities. That's a massive, often underestimated competitive advantage.
So it shifts their focus entirely.
Entirely. This drastically changes the build versus buy equation. It lets your engineers focus on building unique business value, developing what differentiates your company, rather than spending precious time on costly infrastructure maintenance, setting up dependencies, managing compute clusters, dealing with the intricacies of scaling.
All that disappears.
Mostly, yes.
Yeah.
The philosophy becomes build the things that only you can build and buy the rest. This directly supports maximizing the economic value, your KO1 of your engineering talent.
Okay, give me an example. How would Horizon Innovations use this?
All right. Imagine Horizon designing and deploying machine learning models at scale for their quantum computing solutions. Traditionally, this meant acquiring very expensive hardware with specialized GPUs, running them on-premises, going through the laborious setup of dependencies, parallelism, a huge specialized staffing and budget drain.
Sounds complex and expensive.
It is. With serverless ML platforms like Google Cloud's Auto ML Vision, your data scientists and engineers use simple web-based API calls and cloud storage. The platform automatically scales the hardware needed for training, validation, and predictions instantly.
So the platform handles the heavy lifting.
Completely. Your team focuses solely on the core problem, refining the model for your unique use case, like identifying new quantum algorithms, not on the underlying infrastructure. This allows them to see the forest and the trees, accelerating innovation dramatically.
That sounds like a genuine game changer.
It really can be.
Okay. We also have open source software, which has really grown in popularity and influence over the past couple of decades.
Hugely influential.
This means not only is the product freely available to use, but so is its underlying source code, often developed and maintained by a global community of like-minded individuals dedicated to its continuous improvement and widespread access. A truly collaborative model.
Right. The key advantage here is the incredible transparency and flexibility that comes with having access to the source code. Organizations like Horizon Innovations can modify it to their exact needs, adapting it far beyond what typical off-the-shelf solutions allow.
You can tinker under the hood.
You can rebuild the engine if you want. Plus, you benefit from the collective investment in security and continuous improvement from that dedicated global community. This collaborative model means vulnerabilities are often identified and patched quickly, and new features are constantly being developed.
Strength in numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Prominent examples include operating systems like Linux, database management systems like MySQL, web browsers like Firefox. Even companies like Netflix heavily rely on open source technologies for their entire streaming infrastructure, customizing them to handle massive scale.
So it's not just for hobbyists.
Not at all. It powers huge parts of the internet and enterprise IT. However, open source isn't a silver bullet.
Ah, the downside.
Well, free, as in free speech, not always free beer. While the software itself might be free, it can incur significant costs for internal support, customization, and integration. You need skilled internal teams to manage dependencies, understand complex code bases, and maintain any modifications you make.
So you need expertise.
You do. And if you customize heavily, you might even lose the benefit of easy community updates, essentially taking on the build burden yourself for those modifications. It's a unique blend of control and shared innovation, but requires a thoughtful internal strategy.
Got it. Finally, there's the traditional in-house development building software specifically tailored to your organization's unique needs with your own internal teams.
The original make option.
Right. This has been the traditional approach for many years, especially for core proprietary systems, and it still holds a vital place for certain types of capabilities.
Absolutely. While in-house development offers greater agility, supreme flexibility in controlling critical functions, and actively promotes collaboration and knowledge sharing within your company.
Oh, good.
It's a path fewer companies are taking for all their software needs today. The major disadvantages are the intensive time and expense for new hires, recruitment, training, ongoing salaries, and less flexibility over costs for staffing once those employees are on board. It requires significant internal resources to scope, build, test, and maintain.
So it's resource intensive.
Very. However, for capabilities that are absolutely central to your competitive advantage, perhaps involving highly sensitive national security projects, or are so bleeding edge that commercial solutions don't even exist yet.
Like maybe some aspects of Horizon's work.
Possibly. In those cases, insourcing is almost always the only appropriate route. It allows for direct control, the cultivation of specific skill sets, your skills outcomes, SO1, SO2, and SO3, for implementing diagrams from business cases come to mind here.
The diagramming skills.
Exactly. You need people who can translate business needs into those visual models. Insourcing allows you to build a true internal engineering powerhouse that understands your business DNA inside and out. It's where your unique intellectual property is born and protected.
Okay, now that we've thoroughly explored the various origins of software, let's dive into navigating the make-or-buy decision, a strategic framework. This is where the rubber meets the road, right?
Yeah.
Helping you make those critical choices that will shape a company's future.
Yeah, this is about how to thoughtfully apply everything we've discussed, putting it all together.
Right.
So before you even start evaluating specific solutions, the absolute first step is to precisely define what capabilities you actually need. And we can categorize them into two fundamental groups. This distinction is crucial for applying those basic economic and organizational models, your KO1 and KO2.
Okay, two groups.
First, we have commodity capabilities. These are essential for your company to function, but they aren't unique to you. They don't provide a competitive advantage.
Like utilities.
Exactly like utilities. Think about payroll processing, standard email services, basic payment tools. They offer little to no competitive differentiation. For these, it often makes perfect sense to adopt industry standards and adapt your internal processes to what a vendor provides. You're not looking to differentiate here just to operate efficiently and reliably.
Okay, commodities. What's the other group?
Second, there are differentiator capabilities. These are what truly make your company unique in the market. They are your competitive edge.
The secret sauce again.
The secret sauce. Higher investments here are absolutely justified because these capabilities directly help you stand out, operate in unique ways, and deliver distinct value to your customers. Your operating model, unique intellectual property, even your corporate culture can make a capability a differentiator.
Got it. Commodity versus differentiator.
Right. And here's where it gets truly pivotal. A common mistake organizations like Horizon Innovations might make is to scope their needs at too high a level. Well, take a customer relationship management system, a CRM. It isn't just one monolithic thing. When you look at it granularly, closer to the value chain of your operations, you often discover a complex mix of smaller commodity and differentiator capabilities within that larger solution.
Break it down.
Exactly. Maybe the core contact management is a commodity, but your unique customer interaction analytics engine, that's a differentiator. Identifying this precise mix is key to a smart, flexible make-or-buy strategy.
Okay.
And a powerful tool for this granular analysis is something called Wardley mapping.
Wardley mapping. Never heard of it.
It's a fascinating technique. It helps you visualize how capabilities evolve over time, from being novel differentiators to becoming commonplace commodities. Capabilities often begin as unique, novel things with few third-party options. Over time, as best practices become clearer and demand rises, they mature into commodities.
So you can see the evolution.
Precisely. This mapping allows for what's called a bounded buy strategy. You ensure you only outsource what truly makes sense, drawing clear boundaries around what a vendor should provide. It helps prevent the vendor king anti-pattern, where a single vendor dictates too much of your core business strategy because you outsourced something that should have stayed in-house.
Keeping control of the differentiator.
Exactly. This directly impacts strategic and economic decisions, providing practical application for your knowledge outcomes, KO1 and KO2. You're effectively mapping your competitive landscape and how value moves through it.
Interesting. So how do you actually decide between making and buying once you've defined your needs and maybe even mapped your capabilities? It's not one size fits all, you said. What factors should we weigh?
Right. It's always context dependent. But there are key factors. One primary consideration is the strategic nature of the work itself.
How strategic is it?
Yeah. If a capability is long-lasting, truly unique, or absolutely central to your competitive advantage, like developing Horizon Innovations' proprietary quantum algorithms or critical intellectual property, it's generally advisable to insource it. Keep it close.
Makes sense.
This ensures a higher level of control, governance, and cultural alignment with your core mission. Conversely, for operational, repeatable tasks that are industry standard, think data center operations, HR onboarding, a new payroll system, outsourcing is often preferable. These are activities where the processes are well-defined and don't provide a unique market advantage.
Okay, strategic nature. What else?
The stage of your company matters significantly too.
Startup versus established.
Exactly. Startups, often with limited capital and small in-house teams, might find it more effective to outsource initially. It lets them quickly access skilled talent without the high costs of immediate permanent hires. They can scale rapidly and focus scarce resources.
Right, preserve capital.
Whereas a more established company embarking on a long-term project with a relatively standard skill set, say, a 36-month sales website replatforming project, might be a strong candidate for insourcing. It allows the company to build internal expertise and control over time.
Okay, company stage. Next.
Then there's speed of delivery. How fast do you need it?
Time to market again.
Always critical. If you need to ramp up quickly for a new project, maybe to capitalize on a fleeting market opportunity or respond to a sudden regulatory change, outsourcing can provide resources much faster than traditional insourcing.
Why is that?
Well, recruitment processes for specialized talent can be lengthy. You've got job postings, interviews, notice periods, vetting. Outsourcing allows you to bypass these delays, bringing in specialized teams or freelancers quickly. You can even hire freelancers initially and then slowly replace them with permanent staff as your internal recruitment catches up.
A hybrid approach.
Exactly, ensuring continuity of knowledge and a smoother transition.
Okay, speed. What about quality?
Quality control requirements. Paramount. And they differ vastly depending on the system. For mission-critical systems handling financial transactions in banking, controlling medical equipment, the stakes are incredibly high.
Life or death or big money.
Precisely. You need absolute granular control over product quality. You wouldn't trust a brand new, untested app with your life savings, right?
Rightfully not.
In such cases, insourcing with specialist oversight and stringent internal quality assurance is key. However, if you're comfortable stating the necessary quality measures clearly and holding a third party strictly accountable via a robust contract or statement of work, SOW,
If you could define quality well.
then outsourcing can work, shifting the burden of direct supervision. The crucial point is that quality must be meticulously defined and built in from the very beginning, not bolted on as an afterthought.
Makes sense. What else?
We also can't overlook protecting proprietary technology and data security.
Huge today.
Absolutely. For highly valuable intellectual property, Horizon developing a new advanced compression algorithm for quantum data insourcing is almost always the most appropriate route. Maintain the highest level of control and security over those assets.
Keep the crown jewels safe.
Exactly. For any outsourced work, a thorough review of the external supplier's security measures, their accreditations, their data protection practices is absolutely essential, ensuring minimal risk to data integrity and compliance. Due diligence here isn't just a checkbox, it's a deep dive into their security posture.
Got it. Last one.
Finally, assess your existing capacity and expertise. Do you have the people and the bandwidth internally?
Right.
If your internal teams have idle production capacity, meaning they have the skills and bandwidth but aren't fully utilized, it strongly favors making the software in-house. It's an efficient use of existing resources.
Here's what you've got.
Conversely, if you clearly lack in-house expertise for a particular solution or have small volume requirements that don't justify building a permanent, dedicated team, then buying or outsourcing becomes much more attractive.
Makes economic sense.
And remember, these decisions aren't set in stone. Market shifts, changes in supplier reliability, new business opportunities. These should prompt a regular reassessment of your make or buy choices. It's an ongoing strategic conversation, not a one-time decision.
Constant evaluation. Okay. Now, an essential tool in the buy decision, traditionally, has been the request for proposal, or RFP.
Ah, the RFP. Yes, a common tool.
It's a formal, detailed document, right?
Yeah.
Provides comprehensive specifications for a target system, and then asks various vendors to propose how they would develop it, outlining necessary hardware, software, services.
It's how you formally translate your analysis and design requirements for external bids, especially for large-scale projects. A structured way to compare vendors.
However, I sense another but coming. RFPs aren't without their significant challenges, are they?
Oh, definitely not. They're incredibly time and resource intensive, often taking anywhere from 3 to 6 months, sometimes longer, just to create and evaluate.
Months.
Yeah. This involves multiple internal stakeholders across departments, HR, IT, finance, legal, maybe executives, all dedicating substantial time to preparation and review, diverting them from other critical tasks.
Opportunity costs.
Big time. Another problem, especially with the rapid pace of innovation in areas like recruiting tech or AI-driven solutions, is that an RFP can become outdated in its requirements before it even reaches vendors.
Outdated before it's even sent.
It happens. If it's based on legacy system experiences or preconceived notions, it might miss crucial current technology trends or emerging capabilities. This can lead to selecting a solution that's already behind the curve by the time it's implemented.
Not ideal.
And here's a big trap, a genuine strategic blind spot I've seen many times. Many RFPs become mere feature-driven checklists.
Just ticking boxes.
Exactly. They fail to truly reflect current technology trends like AI or advanced recruitment marketing, and they often miss critical non-feature factors. Things like a vendor's reliability, the quality of their long-term support, their industry expertise, their innovation ability, their cultural alignment with your organization.
The softer stuff.
The stuff that often makes or breaks the partnership. These are often overlooked in favor of checking boxes on a feature list. This checklist approach can inadvertently disqualify truly game-changing solutions that might not check every single predefined box, but offer superior strategic value and a novel approach.
So you might miss the best solution because it didn't fit the outdated checklist.
Precisely. And this highlights the importance of choosing appropriate analysis tools and communicating findings effectively your WO1 outcome. You need to communicate value beyond just a feature comparison.
So this raises an important question. Is there a better way to evaluate and select software, especially for complex systems, than the traditional RFP?
I believe so. We advocate for a modern discovery methodology. This often skips the traditional, rigid RFP altogether, focusing instead on direct, productive, and iterative conversations with vendors.
Direct conversations.
Yes, and this is where your skills outcomes, SO1, SO2, SO3, really come into play. You'll be actively involved in defining these requirements through use case diagrams, activity diagrams, class diagrams, building a clear visual picture of your needs before you talk seriously to vendors.
Okay, so what are the steps in this modern methodology?
The first step is crucial. Map your challenges. Don't start by looking at solutions. Start by deeply understanding your own problems.
Know thyself?
Exactly. You thoroughly map your current processes. What tools do you use? Who are the stakeholders? What are the workflows, the performance metrics? Then you pinpoint your struggles, define clear objectives, establish key performance indicators, KPIs, to measure success, outline integration needs, detail budget constraints, and identify specific security or compliance challenges.
Get your own house in order first.
Precisely. This foundational step is crucial for any systems analysis project. It gives you a clear internal understanding of your unique problems before you even think about engaging externally.
Okay, challenges mapped. What's next?
Step 2 is to conduct vendor assessment, both primary and secondary. You begin with secondary research. Scour vendor websites, independent review sites like TrustRadius, G2, Capterra. Look at objective analyst reports from firms like Gartner or Forrester. This helps you build a strong shortlist of potential vendors who genuinely seem to understand your problem space.
So, homework first.
Homework first. Then you engage in primary assessment by reaching out to these shortlisted vendors. The key here is to share your detailed challenge map and have them demonstrate how their product solves your specific problems.
Not just a generic demo.
No. A direct problem-solving session focused on your documented needs. You involve relevant stakeholders, hiring managers, IT, finance, legal to evaluate crucial criteria, the intuitiveness of the product, the user experience, IT department buy-in, integration flexibility, configurability, mobile access, ongoing support services.
Get real feedback from the people who use it or support it.
Exactly. This direct, interactive engagement provides real-world insights that an RFP alone simply cannot capture.
Okay, sounds much more practical. What's the final step?
And finally, in step 3, you select the best fit. This isn't just about comparing features or even just solving the immediate problems. It's about what we call vendor fit.
Vendor fit.
Yeah. Does the vendor truly understand your company's brand, its culture, its long-term goals? Do their value propositions align with yours? Do they demonstrate industry thought leadership and actively work to stay ahead of market trends, ensuring their solution won't be obsolete in a year?
Are they innovating?
Right. Do they offer opportunities to learn from peers and industry best practices through user groups or conferences? Crucially, do they have the potential to grow as a mutually beneficial long-term partner with your company, rather than just being a transactional provider?
Looking for a partnership, not just a purchase.
That's the goal. This comprehensive approach ensures that your decisions are strategic and well-supported. It effectively applies project management methodologies, your KO5, to vendor selection, setting the stage for successful implementation and long-term value.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground today. It's time to bring it all together with some practical takeaways for business students. This is about arming you with the tools and the mindset to make these complex, high-stakes decisions in your future careers, whether you're working for Horizon Innovations or any other company.
Right, boiling it down to actionable advice.
Let's start with the key criteria for evaluating software and vendors. When you're in the position to evaluate software off the shelf, custom built from an IT firm, whatever, these are the crucial criteria you absolutely must consider. First, cost.
Always the big one.
Right. But look far beyond just the license fee. You need to consider the total cost of ownership, TCO. That includes initial acquisition, implementation, customization, training, ongoing support, maintenance, everything.
The whole life cycle cost.
Exactly. And always project the return on investment, ROI, over maybe 3 to 5 years. Hidden costs can quickly turn an attractive initial price into a long-term financial drain.
Absolutely. Second, functionality.
Yeah.
Focus intensely on your absolute must-haves, the core capabilities you cannot live without. And think about how the software will meet your evolving needs over the next 3 to 5 years, not just a long, exhaustive list of every possible feature that might never get used.
Prioritize strategic fit over a bloated feature set.
Precisely. Third, vendor support and viability. How good is their support model? What are their service level agreements, SLAs, outlining response times and uptime guarantees? Is the vendor financially stable? Are they actively investing in their product's roadmap? You need a long-term partner, not a solution that becomes unsupported or stagnant.
You don't want shelfware or a dead-end product.
Exactly. Fourth, flexibility and scalability. Can the software be customized to your unique processes? Can it easily accommodate your business growth, more users, more data, without compromising performance or incurring exorbitant costs?
Will it grow with us?
That's the question. The elasticity of cloud solutions, for example, is a massive advantage here. You need a solution that grows with you, not one that forces you into a costly migration every few years.
Okay. Fifth, security and compliance. This is paramount, especially in today's data-driven world. You have to meticulously analyze the sensitivity of your data.
Know what you need to protect.
Right. And ensure the solution meets all relevant regulatory demands. GDPR, HIPAA, whatever applies. Look for specific accreditations like PCI for credit card data or SOC2 Type 2 reports, which verify a service provider's security controls for data hosted in the cloud.
Think of those reports as a security health check for outsourcing partners. And remember, you as the customer are still responsible for security configurations even when using cloud services. That shared responsibility model again.
Got it. Sixth, documentation and ease of installation. Don't underestimate this.
No, it's critical. Clear, comprehensive, up-to-date documentation is vital for your internal development and operations teams. It makes installation, troubleshooting, and future development far, far smoother.
Avoids headaches later.
Seventh, user and developer experience. Two sides of the same coin. Is the interface intuitive, engaging, efficient for your end users? Will they actually use it and like it? High adoption rates depend on this.
Makes sense. And the developer side.
Equally important, does it offer robust APIs, easy integration capabilities with your existing systems, good technical documentation for your developers? A poor developer experience can lead to significant headaches, costly workarounds, and delays down the line. Happy developers build better systems faster.
Okay. Finally.
Finally, verifying claims. Never just take a vendor's word for it. Trust, but verify.
How do you do that?
Ask for live, customized demonstrations focused on your challenges. Talk with other users of the software ideally. Find some references independently, not just the ones the vendor provides. Consult independent testing services or analyst reports. Dig deep.
Do your homework.
Absolutely. This verification process ensures that the system truly fits your organization's needs. And as you develop your writing outcomes, your WO1, and your ability to communicate these concepts, these criteria will form the backbone of your analysis and recommendations.
Okay, great list. Now, while outsourcing presents challenges, potential project delays, communication issues, time zones, maybe a perceived lack of control, you said we can mitigate these risks with best practices.
Definitely. It's not about avoiding outsourcing, but managing it intelligently.
So how do we do that?
Well, first, invest in robust project management tools, things that facilitate transparent communication, task tracking, collaboration, especially with remote or offshore teams. Second, clearly identify your specific skill needs before you start looking for external talent. Ensure a precise match.
Don't just throw bodies at the problem.
Right. Third, streamline your recruitment and vetting process for outsourcers. Evaluate your strategies, review pre-screening, conduct quality interviews, and thoroughly evaluate contracts, especially regarding intellectual property rights.
Get the contract right.
Crucial. And a really practical tip. Start with smaller projects. Build trust, understand how the external team operates, work out the kinks in communication before committing to larger mission-critical endeavors.
Crawl, walk, run.
Exactly. This incremental approach builds a strong foundation for future, larger collaborations.
Okay. Looking ahead to 2025 and beyond, what are some emerging trends in outsourcing we should be aware of?
It's constantly evolving. We're seeing more sophisticated hybrid outsourcing models combining local leadership and onshore project management with cost-effective offshore talent, often offering 24/7 access to development resources.
As both worlds.
Potentially. There's also increased support for business startups, with specialized firms providing talent and AI tools to fledgling businesses with limited capital, sort of democratizing access to high-end tech.
Leveling the playing field a bit.
Yeah. We're seeing more human-in-the-loop, or HITL, AI solutions. This is where human input and intuition optimize AI and ML technologies, particularly for tasks like complex data tagging, categorization, annotation, things AI still struggles with alone.
Humans and AI working together.
Precisely.
Yeah.
There's a heightened emphasis on customer experience, with business process outsourcing, BPO vendors offering 247 human support, alongside AI-powered chat and self-service options. Finding that right balance.
Okay.
We'll also see more demand for meaningful content moderation to protect brand integrity online, a huge challenge, and sophisticated AI-powered data extraction and data mining to consolidate and analyze information from vast, unstructured sources, turning all that noise into actionable insights.
Making sense of the data deluge.
Exactly.
So what's the big picture takeaway from these trends?
What this all points to is that outsourcing is rapidly evolving beyond mere cost-cutting measures. It's becoming about strategic, long-term business partnerships that drive growth, innovation, and competitive advantage.
More strategic than just saving money.
Much more. By understanding and applying these concepts, from the nuances of the make-or-buy decision to vendor evaluation and these emerging trends, you'll be exceptionally well prepared for your projects in BCIS 3389 and beyond. You'll be integrating theory with practical application, which is a core part of the course.
Ready for the real world.
Ready to assess real-world scenarios and implement solutions that make a tangible business impact, becoming truly valuable assets to any organization.
Wow, okay. That was definitely a deep dive. Today, we've explored the really multifaceted world of software origins, haven't we? We've unraveled the nuanced make-or-buy decision.
Dissected the 6 primary sources of software.
And delved into the transformative power of cloud and serverless computing. We've also armed you, hopefully, with a strategic framework for evaluating these choices, emphasizing what truly matters in building robust systems, not just for today, but for a dynamic, ever-evolving future.
And remember, the digital world doesn't run on magic. It runs on thoughtfully designed systems. And your understanding of these origins and strategic decisions is what fuels that magic.
I like that.
It's about knowing when to build that bespoke solution, when to leverage the incredible power of the cloud, and when to strategically partner with external experts to gain that competitive edge. These are the decisions that define successful businesses in the 21st century.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Your engagement, your listening, is what makes this show thrive.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe, and share this episode with your network.
Please do.
And don't forget to check the description for even more resources to help you excel in your studies and accelerate your career.
Behind every tap, swipe, and click is a system that someone designed. Until next time, keep building the future one process at a time.